Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation again. This is the season finale round 10 of the winter 2022 season. We are at the amazing Long Beach street circuit with the radical SR8-RX, a car that is quite tricky to control around this narrow track. And what a setup for the season finale. We have three drivers in contention for the championship that are Darren Head, who is in pole position for this race. Diogo Silva is on the front row, and Jorge Jesus that is further behind in fourth place because Dale Taylor is in third. Jorge Jesus in fourth. Is going to be a tall order, but he has proved he can win from that position before. John Scott again, very good qualifying performance. Cavallan returning in sixth place. Seventh is Gonçalo Mota. Eighth is Scott Davely. Ninth is Jumbo. 10th a returning Simon Allen, and 11th is David Emke. So pretty much the drivers that were at Monza, plus we have the return of the Allens to this championship, and we don't have Andrew Dalby here, but we have Dale Taylor doing an excellent performance for this qualifying with third place. And let's go straight into the race. It is the deciding round of the championship. Two races. This is race one, and it should be a very interesting first corner as the lights go out now, and away they go. Look at this, Jorge Jesus already very aggressive there, trying to find some oh, look at this, he's on the outside of everyone, and that's 3 wide for second place there. 3 wide for second place. Darren Head seems to be that he's in the lead, and on the inside is Jorge Jesus. Diogo Silva, I think, is on the outside. Now it's Del Taylor on the outside. Oh, championship leader Darren Head, absolutely critical to maintain the lead in this race. He maintains the lead, and absolutely critical. Dale Taylor is up into second place, and third place man is Diogo Silva. But something has happened there with John Scott, and we are going to try to find what it was, because it was, there's a bit of pushing and shoving there. Let's go through the first corner from the middle of the field, see if we can see anything interesting. That's John Scott and someone on his inside. That's the number 27, that is Cavallan. And a bit of pushing and shoving, but nothing. And John Scott, well, he did get a bit of a push from Gonçalo Mota, and he seems to have lost all sort of traction, but a very civilized first lap indeed. Let's go through the field. Look at this, Jumbo is there, Scott Davely as well, and look at that mighty battle ahead of them. That's well, a lot of drivers in the same livery. That's Gonçalo Mota and Cavallan. Well, first lap almost in the books, and it is Darren Head who is leading the race, and that's absolutely crucial. Look at this, it's Diogo Silva who is now defending big time from Jorge Jesus. It's a tricky last corner here. Oh, and Jorge Jesus has messed up the last corner. He's lost a lot of time, and he's going to lose the position to Cavallan. Cavallan is up to fourth, and this is not good for Jorge Jesus' chances for the championship, because he's now in fifth place. A lot of good drivers ahead of him, and Darren Head is in the perfect position. Oh, look at that, Diogo Silva making a mistake there in the first corner. Fortunately, no damage. Well, that was Cavallan that did the mistake. I'm really puzzled with these liveries of this radical. It's really difficult to follow what's going on here. That is the number 27 with the Union Jack. Oh, that was big hit by Cavallan, and that's how he lost the third position again, fourth position, I'm sorry, to Jorge Jesus. Then we've got Scott Davely running on his own, and look at this. This is a mighty battle here between Jumbo in 7th, Simon Allen in 8th. 9th place man is Gonçalo Mota, that has already some missing parts on his car, and I wonder what has actually happened here, and I am so curious that I do need to find out how on earth did this happen, and what has happened to Gonçalo Mota. It seems to me everything was... Oh, no, not everything was fine. Not everything was fine. Definitely not everything was fine here. Oh, he was trying to run side by side with Jumbo. Was he? Or was it Scott Davey? I think it was Jumbo. Let's look at this from Jumbo's perspective. Oh, it was Scott Davey, actually. Oh, but Gonçalo locked up. Oh, this was what happened. Gonçalo Mota, defending from Scott Davey, locked up, and then Jumbo had absolutely nowhere to go and hit him big time. So quite a couple of incidents now there in the race, but the lead is still Darren Heads. We've got quite a lot of laps here in this race, 15 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure why we don't have that information up there as usual, but Darren Head is in a good position to almost secure his championship, but he's got to contend with Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor has nothing to lose here. He's just going for a race win as they complete another lap. Oh, and Dale Taylor, small mistake there in the last corner, but does not lose that much time. And here comes now the completion of lap 2 into lap 3. And Darren Head absolutely magnanimous in that lead. He's driving like a champion, and certainly Diogo Silva in third place. He absolutely needs to finish ahead of Darren to have any realistic chance in the last race, and so far he does not get even close to Dale Taylor. He is, well, he's only 2 seconds away from Darren, so there's only a small mistake between glory and defeat here, as these drivers are trying to keep this very tricky car on the tarmac here at Long Beach. But Darren Head, so far so good, but we still have quite a lot of laps to go. Dale Taylor in second place, Diogo Silva in third, and he seems to be losing a little bit of time. Jorge Jesus is in fourth, and right now the problem for Diogo and Jorge is that if they want to have any realistic chance at the championship, they absolutely need to overtake Darren and Dale, and that's going to prove quite complicated as another lap is complete. Fourth place man is Jorge Jesus. Fifth place man is Cavallo, and he's coming under a bit of pressure from Scott Davis. Seventh is Jumbo after that incident with and something has happened to Simon Allen. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but well, we are not sure what happened to Simon Allen, but that's not how the front of the Radical normally looks like, and that is a little bit radical by Simon Allen. Oh, look at that, magically he's got a new front. That's the beauty of no damage. But Simon Allen facing some trouble. Oh, and he almost stopped on the track and almost hit by John Scott, but John ends up locking up as well. That was such a bizarre incident. It almost looked like Simon Allen was stopping for some reason there. Well, they maintained their positions, but that was a very bizarre incident indeed. And after 3 laps they are already 30 seconds behind the leader, and the tension at the front continues. Another lap is complete, and Darren Head is he the fastest of the leading drivers? Yes, he is, 1:15.1. Dale Taylor 1:16, and so is Diogo Silva 1:16.6. Not particularly quick, but I'll tell you what, who is recovering is Jorge Jesus, because he's done a 1:15.8. Still, Darren Head is driving like a champion. He's absolutely flying now with that Radical on lap 5, and that's the first third of the race, as he's got a 3-second lead over Dale Taylor, and that is absolutely crucial at this point of the race to get that cushion that is no longer under immediate pressure from Dale. And Darren Head en route to his first championship here, but still quite a lot of things can happen. Del Teller in second place. Diogo Silva does not seem to get any closer whatsoever, but I'll tell you what, it is Jorge Jesus now who is getting close to that number 9 car, and Jorge is in 4th place. He's driving faster. Oh, Scott Davely has gone up into 5th. Kev Allen, and something has happened to Kev Allen. We're trying to see if we can quickly find what it was. Well, it doesn't seem obvious at first glance that Kev lost time. Was it in the first corner? No, it was actually a while ago. Was it in the last corner? Because the last corner has seen some incidents. Well, it was somewhere around here. There it is, Kev Allen in the last corner. Oh, Kev Allen is in pit lane. No, he's in 5th place. So we are a bit puzzled as to what happened here. Let's try to establish that is in the first corner and everything looks fine. So we're not quite sure what happened here, as Kev seems to be absolutely fine during most of this lap. And he's still got quite a lot of gap over Scott Davely. Oh, it's almost losing it there, but managed to recover. But oh, straight into the tire wall. That's what happened. And now he's back into the race. Jumbo is defending big time from David Emge. David is in 8th place. 9th is Gonçalo Mota. I'm sorry, this camera is a bit weird. I'm getting a bit mixed up with the positions here. 7th is Jumbo, he's on his own. 8th is David Emge, and he's coming under pressure from another driver who's had this radical front, and that is Gonçalo Mota. Simon Allen and John Scott are now battling hard for the penultimate position. Look at this, John Scott coming right at Simon Allen, and this is all folks racing PlayStation. These drivers sometimes battle for the lead, sometimes they are battling for the last places, but they battle as hard as ever. And that number 28, look at that, Simon Allen is really struggling with the grip of that car, as he is under pressure from John Scott. They start another lap. It is lap 6, but they are 34 seconds away from the leader. And Simon, oh, big problem there, big problem. That was Jumbo, and we are going to try to find out what happened here. That is David Emge. David Emge has, what happened there? Let's try to find out. Well, David, he seems to have lost. Whoa, that was a large incident here. That was David Emge getting hit by Gonçalo Mota from behind in the first corner, losing it. Gonçalo is waiting for him, and here comes Simon Allen and John Scott, and Simon Allen right in, and Jumbo ends up losing it as well somehow. Again, it was a slightly bizarre incident, as we see another replay, this time from Jumbo's perspective. Now Jumbo was in 7th place. He was ahead. He lost it on his own as well. He hits the tires. David Emge gets hit by Gonçalo Mota, who is now waiting for David. David coming back into the racing line. Here comes, Simon Allen just hit David big time. And John Scott also went through, but Jumbo and David Emge are stuck in the first corner. All sorts of bizarre incidents here at Long Beach. Let's go back to the leader. The leader is 2 seconds. And he's coming to lap these drivers in a short while. Top 3, let's look at the times. 1:15.9 for Darren, 1:15.4, no, 1:16.1 for both Del Teller and Diogo Silva, 1:16.8 for Jorge Jesus, but Diogo losing touch with the leader now. He is trying as hard as he can, but that is not enough today. He's 5 seconds away from the leader, Darren Head, as we are reaching the midpoint of this race. So now he's completely dependent on Darren making any sort of mistake. 4th place man is Jorge Jesus. He was quick a couple of laps ago, but now he seems to have lost time again. He's almost, well, 2.5 seconds behind Diogo. 5th is Scott Davely, 6th is Kev Allen after that tire wall incident, and 7th is John Scott. Look at this, John very effectively going up to 7th, but now, well, he does seem to have some sort of problem. Gonçalo Mota is up to 7th. They're running the same livery again. Here 9th is Simon Allen, and after that bizarre incident, David Emge and Jumbo are left battling for 10th, and that, oh, and Jumbo again is in the wall. He's again in the wall. He's got a radical front now, but he's lost it under braking. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Racing is not going Jumbo's way. He's also the number 9, limited number of liveries here in this race, and he's already a lap down. Is he? Not yet, but not far from it. We could have traffic issues in this race later on, and really Darren Head will have to overcome that battle, as Dale Taylor is in 2nd spot. Still, he's battling hard, but 2.9. The gap has been slightly higher before, but Dale Taylor is trying as hard as he can. That's the rear wing of a Radical, fortunately not on the racing line. Dale Taylor doing a good job there. And Diogo Silva and Jorge Jesus are watching their championship hopes evaporate, and they certainly need a very big change in luck or ability in the second half of the race. The battle for 5th continues to be alive with I think Kev Allen. Well, I was going to say he's probably just got a bit more pace, but not really. Last lap 118.4 for Kev, 117.7 for Scott. Simon Allen is up into 7th. We haven't seen how that happened, but John Scott is down into 8th. Simon Allen actually recovering a few places with various incidents. John Scott in 8th, Gonçalo Mota in 9th, and the battle for 10th continues as hard as ever, with Jumbo now a little bit behind after that. After losing it in turn 1 again on his own. Lap 9 out of 15. Oh, look at that. The gap is now just 1.1 seconds and something. Oh, and there, Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor has spun. Dale Taylor spun. Did it happen on his own, or did he have some help? We are going to try to establish. Oh no, I think he's just spun on his own. Oh yes. And Diogo Silva lost a bit of time then going around. Jorge Jesus is up into 3rd. And Dale Taylor, after such a good race. Oh, and someone has spun as well there. Was it Scott Davely, or I couldn't quite figure out what happened, so I'm going to rewind a little bit here. Oh, it was Scott Davely. Yes, Scott Davely has lost it. Let's try to have a look at what happened with Scott. An unusual mistake from the American driver running at home here. I think he was just trying to overtake. No, I must have been mistaken. Dale Taylor is still in 4th. Now the top 2 in the championship are the top 2 in the race as they were in qualifying. The difference is that with 5 laps to go, Darren Head is 3.4 seconds ahead, and now it's all or nothing for Diogo Silva and Jorge Jesus. They have no one between them and Darren. They absolutely need to try as hard as they can. And look at the lap times. Darren had a 1:18 flat. Diogo Silva half a second, I'm sorry, faster. And Jorge Jesus 1 second faster than Darren. All of a sudden the race has come alive, and this battle for the championship now has got 5 laps to go. It is flat out. These 3 drivers, top 3, are exactly the top 3 in the championship, and what a pressure for Darren Head. He will not win the championship by winning this race, but he will make a giant step. He would only have to finish in 6th place in the second race, regardless of what others do in the last race. So absolutely crucial for Darren Head to maintain his position ahead of Diogo. Let's look at the lap times. Darren Head has woken up as well, 1:16.5, but Diogo Silva 1:16 flat, and the gap is now 3.6 seconds. Again, Diogo has been, and George has had a problem. He has had a problem. What happened to Jorge Jesus? He's had a definite problem, and look at that. Where was this? He's now under pressure from Dale Taylor, so something has happened to Jorge Jesus. This again could be crucial for the championship. As where did this happen? Where did this happen? We are on lap 10 already, and I'm trying to establish what happened to Jorge Jesus here. It seems to me, well, no, I can't quite figure it out what has happened to Jorge Jesus, but he's lost a big time. He's lost some time. Well, we'll continue to watch Jorge in the hope that we can finally figure out what happened and why did he lose so much time. He hit the wall there. That's what happened. He absolutely hit the wall, and that's well, that's a flat out section of the track, but still it's slightly curvy, and if you if you are in the wrong line and you press the accelerator too hard in this radical SR8-RX, you absolutely are going to lose time, and that's what happened to Jorge Jesus. Now he's now losing touch with the leaders, and this could be absolutely crucial because Jorge Jesus, as it stands, he would be eliminated from the championship battle. He would not have any chance whatsoever in the last round. He absolutely needs to win or finish second in this race. He needs to finish ahead of Darren Head and ahead of Diogo Silva, and right now that is very far away from happening. We are on lap 10, 5 laps to go, and it's absolutely flat out for the top three. That's what happened with Jorge Jesus. Absolutely, he is lost it there in one of the final corners. Now he's got to contend with Dale Taylor, and the championship chances are slipping away from Jorge Jesus. He's now in a battle for third place, and that's what happened. We had missed it. I do apologize. We are in lap 11 out of 15. The gap at the front is 3.1. Let's look at how others are running. The battle for fifth is still alive, but the gap has been stable. Scott Davley still in fifth, doing a very good job defending that position, 2 seconds ahead of Cavallen. Seventh place man is John Scott, and John Scott, Simon Allen and Gonçalo Mota have been yo-yoing between 7th, 8th and 9th. I believe that they just keep taking turns at making mistakes, and in this case now it is John Scott who is with the 7th position. 8th is Simon Allen has had a problem. Simon Allen has had a problem, and that was Simon Allen in the tire wall. Let's see if we can establish what happened. The camera shot is a bit crappy. But he seems to have missed. He seems to have missed there some. Yes, he's going straight in. Those are the tires. And look at this. Simon Allen is going to zoom in on those Firestone tires. Absolutely brilliant tires, but that's not where he wanted to be. And here comes Gonçalo Mota. Yes, Gonçalo is up to 8th place. Now let's do some onboards of. And Simon Allen all over the place in this last corner. He's dropped to 9th and he's missed the last corner. David Emge is in and is that race leader? No, that's Jorge Jesus and Dale Taylor. That's the battle for third. So David Emge and Jumbo have been lapped. Simon Allen is not far away from being lapped. This is lap 12 now out of 15, and the gap is increasing because Darren Head is absolutely flying again, 1:16.5, Diogo Silva 1:17.4, and the championship chances are slipping away from Diogo Silva as well. Darren Head is en route, 3 laps to go to almost securing his first championship. He can see a driver ahead of him. That would be I believe Simon Allen that is going to be lapped by the race leader. Can he avoid losing any time? Diogo Silva is now 3.0. The gap is reducing. Diogo Silva is coming back at Darren, but this is a little bit too late to make a difference. Darren Head is starting another lap, and now this is absolutely crucial. Lap 12. Darren had a bit of a mistake there through that section. Now let's look at the lap times, and Diogo Silva 2.6 seconds. Oh, there's a car between them. Sorry, I had not understood there's a car between them, and that is probably going to be Jumbo that is in 10th spot, and Diogo Silva will want to overtake Jumbo as soon as he can. Lap 13, 3.4 seconds. This race continues to slip away from Diogo Silva, as Darren Head was, well, he was 7/10 slower, but still it is quite a sizable gap, and there's a car between them as well, which is not helping Diogo Silva's cause. And Diogo probably a bit faster than Jumbo, but and he's out of the way now. He's made a mistake, and Diogo Silva is through now. He can see Darren Head clearly again, as Jorge Jesus in third continues to battle with Dale Taylor. We're going to have a look at that battle because it's absolutely brilliant. The battle for third place in the closing stages of this round 10 race 1, but Jorge Jesus unfortunately at the moment, and they hit Jumbo. Jumbo spins, and Jorge Jesus absolutely nowhere to go there in that blind corner. He does keep the position as Darren Head is starting his penultimate lap. Look at the gap now. The gap now is only well, it's 3.2 seconds, as I think Darren has been slower again, but he is lapped Simon Allen. Simon Allen has been lapped, and now it's absolutely crucial for Darren to again put the car between himself and Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva will have to contend with lapping Simon Allen, and here he is in that number 9. He's trying as hard as he can, 2.8, but it's a little bit too late to make a difference. He's now relying on a mistake by Darren to have any chance of winning this race and keeping his championship hopes realistic. At this point, Darren Head is going to win this race, and will only need to finish 6th in the last race, as Diogo Silva is still behind Simon Allen. Simon Allen, of course, does have good pace. He's made a few mistakes throughout the race. He's not sure he was getting out of the way there, but absolutely crucial at the start of the last lap for Darren Head to be 3 seconds, basically 3 seconds ahead of and look at that, Simon Allen has let him through, and now he has one more lap to go, but it is a little bit too much to ask. The gap is again 3.8 seconds, as Darren Head now on lap 14 at 1:16.9, Diogo Silva 1:17.6, and that is disastrous for Diogo Silva. 3.8 seconds. There's absolutely no way that he's going to make that up in the last lap, unless Darren makes a mistake. And that Simon Allen has made a mistake there. Simon Allen has made a mistake, and he's dropped to 11th as well. We couldn't quite figure out, as I said, John Scott, Gonçalo Mota, and Simon Allen have been yo-yoing, and look at that, absolutely bizarre race between these 4 drivers, with everyone just taking turns. But Darren Head, we are going to get the first glance of his win, and that is almost surely the first championship. He does need to finish the 6th in the second race, but that is a very realistic achievement. That number 3 car has been absolutely magnanimous here in Long Beach. Remember, last spring season in Long Beach, Darren Head also won both races here at Long Beach. He is a Long Beach specialist, and now he is going to win race 1, and he is going to position himself as the Winter 22 Championship leader ahead of the final race. Diogo Silva, second place. Dale Taylor is... and Jorge Jesus has lost it in the last corner. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What has happened here to Jorge Jesus? He lost... he had lost the position before, but in any case, he is eliminated from this championship lead, and unfortunately he also loses the podium, and loses a bit of dignity by doing that spin. Fifth place man is going to be Scott Davely. He is going to finish ahead of Kev Allen. It was a good battle throughout the race. These drivers never have been separated more than a few seconds, but Scott Davely, excellent top 5. Sixth is going to be Kev. Seventh place man is John Scott, and that was a difficult race for the Scottish driver. After an incident on the first lap and a couple of other incidents, he's going to be happy with 7th spot. That was a good performance in the end. Gonçalo Mota is in... well, is Gonçalo Mota lapped? He might have been lapped. So, yes, it might be that John Scott is indeed... Yes, there you go. There is the end of the race. We are going to go... be back in race 2.